There was hugging. That was it. That doesn't mean they're gay.
They were naked in a hotel room together. They're fight me on.
They weren't naked. They were still wearing something, which means
Naked
you're not
underneath
naked.
pores.
Oh, yeah. I bet you shower naked, slut.
No, bathing suit.
How do you get clean then, huh?
Loofah.
I hate you so much.
Showering naked is gay.
You know what? That better be the quote on the front page of our YouTube. Like, page, showering naked is gay. Did you pinch yourself?
No, I did it hard and then it pushed down on me.
So you pinched yourself. Hey, cross-examine me, episode 117. We're back. I'm Matt. That's Justus. Jessica isn't joining us today. She doesn't watch these shows because she's not the best of the best. Justus, what are we watching today?
So we are on a brand new season.
We are.
Yes, we do have 3 shows that are held over from last season. This week, though, we are talking about Tokyo Revengers, the
Second
Christmas
season?
arc. It's the second
season 2 on there.
Nagatoro, Second Attack,
Which is the
second season. The Angel Next Door, Spoils Me, and the one that we're starting with, which is a continuation, The Eminence in Shadow.
Oh, I'm also watching
13,
Buddy Daddies.
14, and 15. And Matt is watching Buddy Daddies.
Now, that's our A-list. Now, for our B-list, we're watching, this will be next week, is Tomo-chan is a Girl, The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady, Spy Classroom, Inspector Season 2, which will be a Justice thing, Nier Automata. That's the B list. Now, the C list, we're going to be watching the week after next week, is My Hero Academia Season 6, which is continuing, To Your Eternity, which is continuing, Vinland Saga Season 2, Trigun Stampede, which, and then Kobo Won't Let Me Be Invisible on there. Which, I mean, they all seem pretty good. I mean, some of them are just kind of lurking in the shadows. Hey, speaking of shadows, Justice, you want to take it away with Eminence and Shadow on there? Hey, I have a timestamp for everybody before we start. We might have recorded this before and it didn't actually record. 5 minutes and 32 seconds in episode 13. Go see it for yourself. Eminence and Shadow. Arguably one of the best shots in the shows thus far on there.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not fan servicey in the least bit, Justice.
Yeah. So we finish up in the sanctuary. We get another I Am Atomic.
Dude, it wasn't just good. It was like probably the best ones. Listen, the first one throws you off. The second one, they really play it up.
I still like the first one more, just because this one he added ranged atomic.
I am the range atomic. Because he's doing a ranged atomic attack, even though it's atomic attack.
The ranged attack is the same room that he's still in.
The thing is, in between the pause and when he says atomic, it's super, super good because I am atomic. And then everything blows up on there.
The man goes to a new town, blows a hole in it, and then leaves.
Chad music.
Doesn't elaborate. Leaves.
Someone else can clean. God, he is so bad about just someone else will clean it up on there. It's not my mess. Who cares?
Yeah, and he ended up facing like clones of Olivier.
Olivier. Originally they made it seem like it was her, but they're just clones of her that are just kind of as strong as she is on there, which he could have been doing whatever with those clones. Just saying on there.
I cut them all into little pieces.
For 2 cents. Yeah, I don't know if he cut them into pieces or just evaporated all of them.
Probably vaporized them all.
Japan getting... You know what's funny? They've been nuked twice in real life, and the show has nuked them twice.
I'm sure that he'll do it again.
You think Japan will get more? Listen.
New town, do you want to get nuked? I'll do it again.
New town, new me. 2 episodes later, nuke. Come on, boy, leave it alone. Also, we need to talk again about it's dumb. There's a McDonald's. Technology in this world is...
No, it's being passed on.
No, it's dumb because we go from medieval to a McDonald's, the hyper-realistic technology, to then we're sailing in the ocean through Venice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you
pick a timeline for technology.
No, to be fair, you can totally sail through Venice.
Do you know how much manufacturing goes into making just a paper bag that they don't have, that he has no info of? It's a paper bag that they then put...
Yeah, just make a paper bag and then glue it.
Just make a paper bag.
Easy. It's made of paper.
By hand.
Do you know how to make paper? boom, you're halfway there.
I'm pretty sure you're
Now
using
just
papyrus at that point.
fold the paper in a special way. Ta-da. It's not difficult to make a paper
Apparently, they
bag.
have futuristic manufacturing within only a couple of years.
Well, that's because Sid, like, the Shadow Garden is very wealthy. Remember, they're about to cause a real estate bubble.
That is literally a quote in the show. Let's get ready for the housing bubble is what they said. I'm like, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah, she's buying up an entire city block.
Next thing you know, JP Morgan's coming in to cause a bigger bubble on there and give loans to people that don't deserve them on there.
Yeah. So there's been a couple good scenes. One, you do basically get the idea that the witch might actually just be like the demon, because the arm was incinerated because it was behind the door, and I think the ghost was alluding to maybe also trying to flirt a little bit with like, hey, next time you meet me,
smooch.
Next time I meet her, what? Doesn't get it.
Well, dude, he literally walks away. He's like, okay, I guess it's a promise.
Yeah.
It's a question mark on there.
Mm-hmm.
But we do get a tournament arc on there.
Before that, though,
what?
Alexia meets with her sister in a sauna. And look, and I like when they continue jokes without prompts. Because at one point, she gets questioned of, hey, why'd you go into the sanctuary? You should have just kind of like left. She's like, don't worry about it. I'm getting kind of hot. I'm gonna go jump in the pool. And then after a moment, you hear the dude like whip slaps because she's doing it again, and it was pretty funny.
Whip slap when she originally was talking about how he's small dick, then he pulls out Excalibur and
it was a good chuckle out of him. So especially because the sisters, they're like, what is that noise?
So we do get a tournament arc.
Yes.
And I have to say, I really would like to see more of a fight rather than the one-hit wonder every single time.
Yeah, I mean,
also his friend is losing his entire life savings, definitely doing the like loan shark thing of like, oh, I missed you, we've been good friends, please send money. No.
Yeah.
And it just leaves him to be.
Yeah, you would think that at some point, the one dude that's miraculously winning every single time, you just start to bet on him. Even if it looks like he shouldn't be winning.
Yeah.
Bet on that dude.
Also, we did talk before where, I say before because we recorded some of this and didn't go as planned, like I already said. There's a point where Sid has a Rock Lee moment, not nearly as cool as Rock Lee, though, where he just takes off the gauntlets and there's just craters inside the ground on there.
Yeah, he's
It literally just it falls and she's like, I can see your speed now. You can't outplay me. Okay.
I'm not playing around this time. And he has this whole like disguise thing. Like he's dislocated some of his joints to like have worse posture and more like droopy
because when the
arms
original scene was like, oh, the dude he faces finally, or the dude he just beat in the last episode we watched, has like a built-in scooter to his eye. Oh, his power level is 39 when his power level is
well, the dude keeps changing it. It kept going lower and lower, and it's like, all right, well, you're obviously wrong.
Well, I mean, Sid just wants that moment of like, I'm the best. Because he has to wear a disguise. He wants to be a background character, but also the best. Someone's eventually going to notice that he's just playing a dead guy.
Yeah, right now his biggest adversary is the
what?
Honor Rose. Adversary.
That's an English word, you know.
What, adversary?
Yeah, you got it wrong. Give me shit. Give me crap for not saying Japanese words. What now, Justice? What now?
Hey, fuck you. That's what.
Wow, this was a family show.
Honor Rose she's very powerful. She's won.
She's all right. She's not that strong.
Yeah.
Listen.
She knows how to identify people's like tricks. She can do this and this.
I honestly thought she snapped her neck at one point. I was like, what the heck are you doing? He's like, what is she doing on there? Walks away. It's like, come on, dude. You're not fooling anybody.
Wait, I know your tricks. I can do this. I don't know.
What were you doing on that?
And then we do have this weird subplot going on with Oriana, the blonde chick that won the last like tournament at school.
Eh.
She's betrothed and maybe stabbed her
Listen,
fiance.
this show's turning into a murder mystery now, and she might have murdered someone and not murdered someone.
Well, he didn't die, and the fiance.
Who cares? His name was Asshat.
Yeah, perv asshat.
Perv asshat.
And
Whatever.
Sid's current character name is Mundane Man.
Sounds like a good superhero show to me, if you ask me. Just saying.
The names in this are stupid.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're doing it on purpose, but
yeah. But do you think that's pretty much all that happens? But I think she's gonna take revenge on him.
Oh boy, cringe.
Tokyo Revengers. Sorry, that's our transition to talking about Tokyo Avengers because there's not too much more we can talk about inside of it.
Yeah,
Something
Tokyo Revengers is 2 episodes that we watched.
Correct.
Episode 1 and 2.
Oh, you don't say?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Listen, the only show that actually continues with the number system is like My Hero, like episode 122.
Yeah, and the one where you're like, all right, wait, where are we?
It's like, no, Tokyo Revengers. Let me start with this. Justice was right. They go right into it right away. They're like, oh, you remember like he was about to get shot? Okay, here you go. We're back. He's about to get shot. And then he just kind of ends up waking up under a bridge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was saved.
Yeah, he was saved, but it's like, oh, I'm under a bridge. And then Suji was gonna shoot him, but then Kazutora?
No, it wasn't. It was Kisaki was gonna shoot him.
Was it Kisaki was gonna shoot him?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm trying to look.
Yeah.
Half of these pictures are the manga picture, and half of these pictures are not.
Are the anime?
Yeah.
Well, the other problem is in that timeline, you also have to remember these are like back then photos versus the 12-year time jump that when it was actually taking place. It gets very confusing.
Yeah, so basically get saved.
Mm-hmm.
Under a bridge, and they have the moment of like, listen, you find out that like Takemichi is really the asshole in the situation. Definitely has that like bad boy, like classic, like Yakuza laid back hair. Like, we gotta kill him. I didn't know Hinata was gonna get killed in this. No.
Wow, spoilers.
What?
Just jumped into it.
Yeah, I mean, what are these spoilers? They're watching this. They know it's gonna be a spoiler on there.
Yeah, I know.
Hinata dies in like every timeline.
Yeah, Kazutora saves him and then beats the living shit out of him. Unfortunately, our boy
beats him up.
Chifu, like even in the last season, at the very end, he died.
What is this show? He saves him, beats him up, then he's like, "Let's look into the sunset. We can change."
Yeah.
Okay, you're getting caught by the cops. Oh no! Then it's like, I don't know. Listen, you saved me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you saved me. You can save Hinata. It's like, man, this boy just can't catch a break.
Yeah, I already kind of know most of what's going on with this.
Why would you read ahead?
Because the ending was like real fucked up last.
See, you call me weak for reading ahead. You just like read like 200 chapters. You just finished the whole thing.
No, I didn't finish the whole thing.
Well, you can't say anything now because you're already ahead of it.
Well, no,
it's the same thing like Bleach. You got to stop reading ahead.
Oh, fuck off! Bleach had a 10-year hiatus. How was I supposed to know I was going to come back?
Read ahead. He's like, no, you can't read ahead.
Well, there's a difference. It was actively airing versus this being off and no one knowing if it actually was going to get another season.
So when you read ahead in Bleach,
Bleach was already like done by the time the anime
but you still
finished.
read ahead. What's this double standard bullshit?
Bleach is different.
I hope you get Baji'd.
That's fucked up. I
hope you get Hinata.
With that you find out that this time Kisaki set Takemichi up to be the one to actually kill Hinata in the present, which kind of initially set stuff in motion.
Well, I mean, every single time Kisaki. Well, I think
she always dies some way, but this particular way, it wasn't like way back when kind of thing.
Well, no. So the original time she got killed by a separate gang war, that's the first time.
Yeah.
And then now she's getting killed constantly because of Kisaki. So is he able to go back in time? I wonder if he's able to go back in time as well and change stuff. Will be the plot of it.
Yeah, that's the current like theory that Takamichi has.
I mean,
Oh.
that's what I would assume just from this, because that only makes sense that way. But I will say these 2 episodes, it was a lot of talking in a interrogation room. I was like, wow, this sucks. Just shake hands and go back in time.
Yeah, I mean, look, Takamichi's kind of a crybaby. There's a reason why one of the theme songs was literally like called that. He's
a bitch.
Yeah, he's not super strong. Right now, he did go back in time again, and immediately was like, "I'm gonna bowl."
Oh, we doing a point. Dude, he's pretty good at bowling, but then he was facing the guy from the Black Dragons?
No, he's in Toman.
No, he's in Toman, but he's
his
brother. His older brother's related.
Is the leader of the Black Dragons.
Also, the character design, I was like, wow, what the hell? You've seen Baki, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just like a Baki design. Here's my slightly older brother. Dude's 7 feet tall, 10-pack on there.
Now, I'm fairly certain that the older brother is legitimately an adult.
I mean, yeah, but he's just built so big and strong. It's who are these gangsters that are just far superior and could definitely just destroy everything? Also, we're the police in this situation.
I mean, look, it's gang stuff. Police got to stay out of it.
This thing Akiba Maid War that has way more gang violence than this show has had.
Yeah.
Listen, when I'm getting more action out of a fucking maid cafe show, come on, Jess, you gotta admit, they gotta step up their game. Less talk, more fight. Because it wasn't even a fight. Just punched him once. Oh, you punched him. You didn't even know who he was. It's yeah, seems like typical
he
gangster.
Got kicked in the face too.
Yeah, but Akiba Maid War is pulling out guns, stealing drugs.
Well, these are supposed to mainly revolve around teenagers to younger adult, 19, 20-ish max versus legitimate crazy gang war stuff where massive amounts of people are getting murdered. This is real low level shit.
I'm looking at
and by the way, Takamichi is dumb. BG, I don't know what that stands for. After having an entire conversation about the Black Dragons, he's not very smart.
Maybe the thing is he's not very educated, so maybe he doesn't realize what the letters are and how it's because it's in English.
Yeah, I mean,
so he speaks Japanese. Probably didn't pay attention to English at all. Just recognized the B and the D, and I was like, I don't know what that is because they're saying Black Dragon in Japanese, right? So they don't realize. See, you got to think, your little English mind.
I'm fairly certain that he says it in English.
Your American mind doesn't.
Look, listen, if you the fact that the Black Dragons have the murder squad, it's kind of funny.
Listen, think of Ikitakimasu and then think of how that's spelled in your head. Would you recognize that right off the bat?
Yes.
The first letter?
Yes.
Draw the first letter.
Draw the first letter?
Yeah.
In English or Japanese?
No, Japanese. Not in English, idiot. It's in Japanese. I'm telling you, think about Takamichi. He wouldn't understand what the BD is. He kind of recognized it, but doesn't know how to spell it.
Yeah. I haven't studied enough Duolingo.
Well, I'm just saying, oh my God. I'm just saying, it's fair that he doesn't recognize the Black Dragon on there. I mean, he should have recognized at least the logo. Mm-hmm. But let's be honest.
Hey, what's that dragon on their back?
I wonder what the logo is for Toman. Oh, that kind of gets censored out. I wonder if they even animated it this season.
We haven't seen it. No, it is. It's censored.
Is it censored again?
Yeah. Look, it's currently a Disney property, which is weird.
I mean, it kind of matches Disney's past. For people that don't know, it's basically a swastika, but not the German swastika, the actual peace
Buddhist,
yeah,
peace swastika.
It's unitalicized.
God, that's weird.
That's what people think about swastika.
For the most part, that's kind of the only thing that's really happened within the first 2 episodes. Takamichi lives, gets it back, realizes that this time he put the hit on Hina, and now he's back in time, and
Hina smash or pass.
And which version? Because either one is really bad. Because currently the 2 versions is a child or a corpse.
In between. Got it in between. Coming in between. Before she gets smashed in the car.
Sure.
The child, sir.
She's an adult.
Oh, you know who else is an adult? Nagatoro's sister, and Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro's second
You
attack.
see her for a moment.
Dude, it is, oh my god. It's like, you see it, and I'm like, listen, I know it's anime. We're talking about Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, second attack, which is season 2. You see her for like a second, and you're like, oh, that's got to be Nagatoro's sister. It's basically like the same face, just not tan. It's like untanned Nagatoro. And he's like, oh, who are you? And she's like, oh, you're a pervert looking at my sister's window. And it's like, yeah, you know exactly that is her. It's like, sister, who's this? Oh, it's my friend. And her sister definitely knows that they're going to smash.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't.
They're going to smash.
I don't think they, he talked to Nagatoro yet. Right?
No, it was like at the very, very end.
I'm
pretty sure that she came out and she was mentioning, oh, he's not a pervert. I know him from school.
I don't think that was at the very end, because he just said that he was a friend, and she goes, oh, you were the friend, and then it was the credits.
Maybe, I mean, listen, she teases him just like,
Look, the show didn't hold any breaks. Like, it was just back to same as usual. Here, please put these tights on me.
Listen,
like,
there's even
my shoes.
There's even this show is just like on the edge of like, if someone was missing one piece of clothing, could be a pretty decent hentai if they were of age.
That doesn't stop the Japanese.
that is true. Technically, they all are of age in Japan. There was a scene you were forgetting. The most important scene is the school marathon, which really isn't a marathon. It's probably like a 5K or something. And the club president is just in a bunny suit, just running through the street of Japan. I'm like, why? She is sprinting in high heels and a bunny suit.
No, she had shoes. She had Converse or some shit on.
Did she? I thought she was wearing her heels, maybe.
No, it was like Converse or some shit.
Listen,
it was weird.
Listen, now
expression
Naoto
art.
or Senpai was like, oh, it's expression art. It's like, that is a cheap cop-out. We all know it. That woman is an exhibitionist, and we all know it.
Yeah, very much so.
They're not very much 100% an exhibitionist on there. And then, obviously, Nagatoro was very jealous.
Yeah.
Why'd you make it a race, Senpai? Blah, 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 blah.
Into the race. Disqualified.
They get disqualified because they're doing, like, the horse race thing where there's, like, 3 people holding and, like, Nagatoro. It's a whole thing. Because Senpai had hurt her foot. And then
her foot?
Senpai had hurt his foot. Nagatoro was carrying him at one point. Which then I'm like, how did they catch up if they're doing like the whole... It doesn't matter who's pushing.
Well, they slipstreamed, remember?
God, it's so dumb. Listen, I was looking up like, how fast do you really have to go before you get like really a slipstream
Stupid fast.
Yeah, stupid fast, or like something on a bike where like it would matter very little. In her case, it's like, oh yeah, this F1 slipstream style. Like I can stop the win. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Look, it's a ridiculous show, but it's
then fun. Like they get disqualified because they're riding like in the horse thing, and then the class president wins the whole thing. Never mind the entire school that had a huge head start before them.
Yeah.
And
well, I don't think that she won like everything. I think it was just kind of a competition between them.
Whatever.
She won.
Listen, Nagatoro is carrying him, and then like I get the best Snapchat from a buddy. He's like, relationship goals. It's Nagatoro carrying Senpai on there. I was like, yeah, you're right. That'd be relationship goals right there. I wouldn't be carried around.
I don't.
Even if I was in peak weight, I'm still 6'2", so. Unless I find
you're carrying someone else around.
Yeah, I'm always gonna be carrying. Oh, dude, I could be carrying improvise. We mentioned this. We're going to Japan. Carry improvise around in like a Yoda style backpack. Just like, okay, let's go. I ain't doing any jumps or anything. I ain't running anywhere. I mean, he'll fit my backpacking backpack. Wait,
no,
it can hold 200 pounds.
Well, yeah, he's. Unless he can fold up. That'd be ridiculous.
That bag is 3 feet tall. It is a big bag.
He's 5.
Yeah. So he's sticking out 2 feet. Like Yoda. Just a little. Sorry, I guess back to anime on there. Also, no, there are hints that Nagatoro is in the Senpai, even though we know.
Yeah. What kind of guy are you into? One that I like hanging out with is their answer.
Yeah. And well, first of all, she tries to dodge the question when they mention Senpai. And she's like, no, just someone I like hanging along. Because he's trying to return the phone. He's hiding in the cabinet closet in the Japanese or Japanese style room. They have like a closet for cleaning, I guess.
In the classroom.
Yeah.
The Japanese style room.
Well,
It's
I'm trying to mention
sir.
like where he's hiding. It's not like an extra door. So you know, most of our classrooms
it's
they
a
had
locker. He's hiding in like a little.
What do you want from me on there?
Well, you to use your own English words.
Maybe you can.
I get one wrong, and you can't even use like.
It's a describing word. I got the word right. I just couldn't describe it rather than blah 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 blah. Why are you gonna hate me so much? Is it because I watch the better shows?
No. Well, like what?
Well, I'm saving that for my transition.
No.
Because listen, Senpai definitely knows that Nagatoro's into him now, or has a very good idea of it. And Nagatoro knows that he knows on there, so it's like maybe this season, maybe they'll kiss.
Maybe they'll smash.
Maybe they'll fight, kiss.
They also go to the zoo.
Yeah, the zoo is kind of whatever.
And there's some like I don't remember the adults in last season, but there's like 2 adults there that are total dicks.
I think I don't know. They really didn't introduce him again. Well, I guess if you rewatch season 1 before you watch season 2.
Yeah,
but Senpai does stand up for her, and it's an adorable moment.
Yes.
Because Nagatoro put her heart into it. And the drawing's actually not bad. It's just cartoony on there.
Yes.
And, she sees it. She's like, oh, Senpai, you stood up for me. And then she had to draw, they were both trying to draw, a koala?
Sloth.
Mm-hmm. Senpai drew very good sloth. And she's like, oh, show me what you drew. And she drew him. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Like, then there's the flashback from the president where it's like, draw what you like. What you love.
Yeah. Even though she doesn't know what.
Or draw with love, essentially.
Yeah.
Like
he knows that, so he's kind of like getting it in his head. They're going to have beautiful babies together one day.
God. Depending on which kid, half of them are going to be bullied.
I forgot one thing that happened in the show. The first 3 or 4 minutes of the show, it made it seem like part of the season where Senpai's reading a manga, but it's like the manga's like, oh, the class president was cheating on the test, and there's blackmail up, and it's like, oh no, this is the end for the class president. Yeah. I was like, oh, new characters, this is cool. Nope, it's just a manga he's reading on there. Yeah. It's literally even in the My Anime list right there.
Yeah.
It's like he's not even a character, and he's not like a real character in the show.
No, but it's funny.
I guess they did get sushi, which made me really want to go get sushi.
Mm-hmm. Conveyor belt sushi.
Conveyor belt sushi. And there's going to be a lot of rom-com moments. I'm like, oh, I can't get personal. And she makes everyone's combining sushi, but Nagatoro makes a sushi. What's it called?
They refer to it as cum, essentially.
Yeah, they referred to it. It looks like cum, but they call it something like the sex partner, whatever thing. I don't even think I wrote down the notes for it on there. Let me see. Let me take a look.
It was definitely a bit much, because even when she describes it, they're like, I mean, you don't have to make it disgusting and perverted.
Oh, here's my notes for the beginning of the show. New girl's already getting bullied by the student council president. 2 lines down. Fuck off. It's just a manga. I was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they didn't refer to Senpai as the abdominal locker monster. Abominable.
That's an English word.
I'm an adult with a reading disability. How dare you bully me?
Yeah, you're disabled.
Discrimination at the highest is discrimination at the highest tier. Oh my god, it was so good. It's a good thing they're buddies. Hey, speaking of buddies,
there we go.
Hey, buddy, daddy. Okay, this is the show I think Justus might have to watch with me. It is so good. Sorry, we're talking about buddy daddies now. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up the tempo, make it interesting on there. So buddy daddies, 2 main characters. There's Rei and Kazuki, which are the 2 boys. They're definitely not gay. Not gay. Listen, I will fight you on this because like Horace Ruko, there was no penetration, there was no kissing. There was hugging, that was it. That doesn't mean they're gay.
They were naked in a hotel room together. Fight me on it.
They weren't naked. They were still wearing something, which means
naked
you're not
underneath
naked.
Pores.
Oh yeah, I bet you shower naked, slut.
No, bathing suit.
How do you get clean then, huh?
Yeah. Loofah.
I hate you so much.
Showering naked is gay.
You know what? That better be the quote on the front page of our YouTube page. Showering naked is gay. So the guys are definitely not gay. Not that there's a problem with that, but it's important to the story because Justus is going to assume that they are the entire time. Long story short, they're both basically assassins for hire, but they kind of make them seem like they're good assassins, which there's really no such thing as a good assassin. At the end of the day, you're killing someone for money.
I mean, if you're a good assassin, no one's ever heard of you.
Unless you want people to know about you.
Well, I mean, that's just piss poor assassin work.
Maybe you're good enough you want people to know to make your job harder just to show how good you are.
No, that'd be lame.
What was that show we watched? The assassin is already... No, the assassin became an aristocrat or something like that?
The world's greatest assassin reincarnated as an aristocrat.
Yeah, something like that. So, besides all that, you got Ray, which is usually dressed in black, and Kazuki, which is usually like the front man. He's the one that's like actually in there in the operations doing stuff. Long story short, Ray likes to smoke, trashy, whatever. And then Kazuki, they both get a mission to go kill this dude, right? And then we talked about this. There's just this little girl that's running around town. You have no idea who she is. She's just a random character. And it's like, she must be important because she's actually animated while nobody else is really animated. Like their face isn't. She shows up to the operation area because they're supposed to kill this guy during a Christmas party. And they're trying to get in. Their idea to get in is like, here, we have this cake that we made. And the thing I hate about the show is like, it's animated very well. The story is good. The acting is good. What?
The cake that he made. Just walk up, turn around, be like, look, I got this cake right here. Anyways, he's dead.
Wow. God, it's such an inside work joke on there. He's all caked up, if you know what I mean.
Oh, sorry.
God. So, they make this big deal, like, oh, it's super hard to get in. They're going to check everything, make sure there's no guns, blah, blah, blah. Well, they bring the cake up. They don't check under the cart. Would you find out later that Ray's under it? He gets into the elevator. Everything's good.
Sorry. I really fucked it there.
And this little girl, Miri, just runs in. The guard's like, oh, wait a little. Nah, who cares? It's just a little girl in there. Then immediately they get up on the next floor because they're trying to get rid of this little girl because they're about to commit an assassination. They don't want a kid to get involved. Very messy. They're good assassins as in they don't kill kids.
Yeah.
Yet. I don't know. It's still up in the air. We're 2 episodes in. Anything can happen. The worst part is she gets off the elevator. They start getting shot at. She's like, yay! Just getting shot at on there. I'm like, this kid must have grown up in like Detroit or something like that. Or like the streets of New York. I don't know. Possible, because I think the mom is in LA, so it kind of tracks on there.
Oh.
Anyways, they start getting in a fight. The plan's kind of out the door because they got in trouble. Eventually they'll get in trouble.
I mean, of course, he showed them the cake factory.
The guy's under the cart, and they have that cool thing where he, like, shoots 2 guards below the, like, it's like a cart with a drape thing over it with the cake on top.
Yeah.
Mary's, like, eating the cake. They're getting shot at. She's having a great time. And they're like, the whole operation's scuffed. We need to go kill this guy. They get into the main hall. And the best part about the show is you still have them being like kind of serious, getting their assassination on, cool fights, cool animation, really good music that goes with it. I don't care. People are going to compare it to Spy Family because you're going to be good. It's like a guy and a kid and like shooting. It's Spy Family. It's not Spy Family.
It's like Spy Family.
It's not like Spy
Every
Family.
single thing that I've seen looks like Spy Family.
Hey, the new Pokemon, Spy Family.
No.
Besides,
Comey, Spy Family.
Maybe on there. I mean, Comey's mom.
Comey's a spy.
Sure. When she doesn't talk.
Yeah.
But the dude takes Mary. You know, he like throws some sweets in the air to distract her. She jumps out of the dude's arm. They assassinate the dude, right? And she's like he admitted that like he's Santa. I'll find your dad. And he throws the sweets. He's like, oh, I'm your dad. It's like a joke initially. Gets her. Dude's killed. They escape. They get back home, right? Then they get home and they found out, oh, shoot, he might really be her dad on there because the little girl was sent with like a backpack with a photo of her and her mother and then her mother with him in bed. Because they had obviously banged. Like the show started with him banging some chicks.
Well, yeah, but like, is it a raunchy photo of them in bed or like the adorable, like they're laying together? Well, that'd be really fucked up to send like a 6-year-old where it's like, and here's the part where I took a secret picture while your dad was railing me.
Listen, they definitely had just got done railing each other on there. Important things to note, other jobs they had gotten paid for, because I forgot about the whole opening sequence a really good opening sequence. I think the best opening to an anime in a while. Like the opening kind of sequence. I'll come back to that. He's been sending money away to his actual wife he knows about, that he was waiting for an actual kid.
So he had an affair. He's a bad. He now has to kill the last one.
An affair is only if you're married. We don't know if they're married.
No, you have an affair. It's like you can still you cheat on someone, which is an affair.
An affair, an event or sequence of events of a a sexual relationship between two people, one or both whom are married.
One or both.
One.
He had an affair.
Well,
don't fuck with me.
Well, he didn't really have a wife. He was just a woman on there.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier to say he had a wife. I don't know what she is to him. She's just pregnant, bitch. You're right. I shouldn't call her bitch. Because the only B word you should call a woman is beautiful. Because bitches love being called beautiful. Anyways.
Charmed her with the cake factory.
It's all caked up, boys. So that could be the name of this episode. Hey, here's a woman. Her name is Misaki. Hey, she's on the actual list. I didn't think she would be. Listen, there's a lot that happened before this initial fight, but you need this initial fight. Then I give you some background. The background of the original story is he's sending money away, supposedly to his wife or woman or whatever that's going to have a kid, we think. But he does mention in the show, like, you shouldn't start something if you can't take care of it all the way through, because he took away Ray's cat that he had at one point in the show. Now he's got a kid, and Ray really is salty about it. Like, oh, so I can have a cat, you can have a kid? But they do point out a cool thing in the show. Like, the whole apartment's cleaned up. Ray's going to smoke. He's like, points to, like, the kid. He's like, oh. So you just see, like, they're casually having a conversation, him and, you know, his supposed daughter, having a fun time, blah, blah, blah. And you just see Ray in the background casually just smoking a cigarette next to the vent in the kitchen. I'm like, that's kind of a nice touch, but he literally just could have gone outside and done.
Yeah. Rule 1, kids in the house, you either smoke in the bathroom with a vent or outside.
Yep. So he's kind of being a real G, you know. I mean, it's a huge apartment. We're talking like probably like 3,000 square. It just looks like a huge. It's like a multi-story apartment too.
You would still, like, let's say if in this scenario you are the guy and a kid appears.
Kill the kid.
Well, that's messed up.
Sorry, roll for initiative. Kill the kid.
You're old at 2. You're stuck. gun jammed. Hand damage.
Shooting a Taurus?
Yeet cannon.
Just throw it at him.
The kid comes up and it's like, you're my dad. And you go, you're going to get some blood taken and we're going to figure this out, okay?
They haven't had a chance to get that far in the episode because after they get done with this mission, they immediately get another mission on there. But she is pretty adorable because there's a point where she's like, I gotta pee. And he opens the door, puts her in the bathroom. He's like, oh, thank God we avoided that disaster. Then she's like, opens the door again. She's like, I can't reach the toilet. And he's like, oh, boop. Pops her on the toilet on there. Which then leads into the next episode where they're doing an operation. They're going to assassinate a guy. They're not trying to be as flashy. He goes and poses as like some security guy to fix some security system. And she's in the car. And she's like, I got to pee. He's like, I'll be done real quick, sweetie. You just hold it. She's like, okay. Tries to hold it. Then you see her with like a broom trying to ring the doorbell. Rings the doorbell. Big, like, stereotypical Russian, like, bodyguard dude shows up. He's like, what do you want, kid? She's like, I gotta pee. She reminds me of you. And then she pees, which then ruins the entire operation because the guard's like, okay, run along, go find whoever your parent is. I'm like, okay, the operation's saved. Walks 2 feet, looks to the left of her corner. Her dad's there getting ready to plant a bomb. All hell breaks loose on there. Guards are fighting, gunshots going off. Ray's out there with his, like, SR-25, which is basically what it is. They pay really close attention to detail in this show, I feel like, for, like, the small things. And Ray's, like, giving covering fire with an SR-25 because he's running, Kazuki is running around inside trying to catch her daughter while the gangsters are there. Gets his daughter. They start aiming guns at him. Ray starts giving covering fire to save him. And the coolest part about it was Ray, when shooting long distance, is using the scope. But then when he goes for closer distance shooting, switches over to his iron sights he has and flips to full auto and actually starts doing reloads and stuff. I thought it was a really cool small touch to it. Making me nervous, man. I keep looking over at it. I'm getting nervous. Sorry, last time we just didn't record.
I will now. After all that, they get out. Blah blah blah. We're going to the next episode. We didn't get the next episode. I will say the opening sequence. I wanted to wait to kind of talk about it. Coolest opening sequence because they show like car chase. So there's a car chase on there, and he has like one of those like Uber Eats like giant backpacks you'll see people have like that keep your food warm or whatnot. That you sometimes see videos of TikTok, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, inside of it, he throws it off his back. I'm like, oh, a car's going to crash into it. And this is still the opening sequence. You don't know who anybody is. And when he throws it off his back and actually shoots out these, like, tire traps where, you run over and it pops all your tires.
Yeah.
Well, when he does that, 2 of the cars get lost because they're chasing down these cars for an assassination attempt. And he has, like, an MP5K on his back. I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty concealable on his back. And you would have never noticed. 2 things that took me out of it. One was the tire trap because I'm like, well, that really wouldn't work too well probably in real life. Wouldn't work at all.
Spring load it. It's cool.
Yeah, but that thing would be heavy as hell. It was like all metal. He gets shot in the helmet. His motorcycle helmet, it looked like. Ricocheted up. I'm like, oh, it just didn't ricochet down, which it probably should have.
Mm.
But they're having like a car chase where they're shooting like, he's on his motorcycle right next to the van, shooting in on there. I don't know. But the opening sequence does end kind of funny because like, they're interrogating the guy once they stop him, and they're like, oh, the diamonds, where are they? We need you to pay us, blah, blah, blah. We have this job. They get a call from supposedly the school teacher because it's kind of like a future, it's like a flash forward, then the show starts and it flashes back. And there's like, oh, she's sick. And they're like, oh, we got to get our daughter. They're not gay, though. There's no penetration that we know of.
I mean,
he also does. Here,
don't have to have penetration.
Small side note. I know I'm kind of going through everything in the show, but it's actually really, really funny. At one point, he gets a paycheck, blows it all, and like goes to like a hostess bar, loses all of his money, gets kicked out on the casino because he bet everything on like basically black.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
well, I'm so glad that he's spending
before he had the kid.
So
before he had the kid. Before he had the kid.
Yeah, but what about the other woman?
Well, no, he takes half his paycheck and sends it to her. So he says send it to the same spot, but they make. I don't know if he sees it behind the counter, but in the drawer, the guy always pulls out the drawer and he's like, send it to the same spot. The dude keeps throwing these envelopes here with the money, and there's like 6 or 7 envelopes. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know that she's dead, or she might be dead. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if Buddy Daddies is an original thing. I would just close the tab, so it doesn't matter on there. But all in all, I'd say Buddy Daddies, really fun to watch. Pretty good. I think you should watch it because you dropped one of your other shows. Second Arrow Strike, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's a Kyoto animation thing. It's going to be beautiful either way. Speaking of beautiful, that some might say there's a angel next door, Justus.
Yeah. The angel next door spoils me rotten.
Listen, there's so few things to talk about in this show. There's only 4 characters on my anime list.
There are only 4 characters on my anime list.
That is it, and only 2 of them you see for 20 seconds.
I mean,
at
it's
most.
the same thing with the entire series of Girls Last Tour, but no one's complaining about that.
No, Girls Last Tour has real good conversations between all 5 or 6 of them. This has 4
people.
There's 4 people on my anime list, Justus.
Currently.
Two of which are only
Currently.
in there for like 20 seconds at most.
Currently.
You're right. We're going to roll for initiative. They get shot by the boys from Daddy Buddies.
Daddy Buddies, not Buddy Daddies.
Whatever.
Look, I like the show.
It's mid.
No.
You
I like the show.
You love mediocre love stories.
And it's not even about love stories. It's just casual, like comfy, whatever you want to call it.
They totally want to smash.
Well, I mean, he's definitely like getting to that point where he wants to smash. He's over there like, oh, I almost gave her a head pat.
Oh yeah, because I head pat someone, must smash.
I mean, you're already like close.
Oh my god.
Head control.
Those are children.
Oh, they're high schoolers and consenting, maybe.
How old are
look,
you?
I'll look away.
How old are you? Just like, I'll look away. Do the little peek.
That's messed up. Why would you peek like that? They're children. No, I like it. There's a couple kind of hints that there's more to the main girl character. Sorry, what was her name? Miharu. That she kind of like lets on. Our main boy, he's an absolute slob.
I mean, you can just look at his apartment, and there's literally just stuff. Listen,
Fujimiya.
I understand playing up that like your character's a slob. Like take Toradora, for example. Like she doesn't, it's just kind of a mess. But his is like unnecessarily messy. Like he has trash bags like every like few feet on its way out. It's like, dude, like at least like pile it up in a corner. Like you just have it. Listen,
It seems pretty realistic to me.
maybe Justice is like our main boy, which is why he connects so much.
I could just think of certain people that you live with that.
Well, it's
would
not
live
down
like
the whole
that.
goddamn hallway for 20
No,
feet, but
you
it is
give
right
them
in
the
front
chance.
well, the first of all, you have to bag the trash, which would never happen on there.
But it's with our main girl, you find out that she doesn't like to be called an angel.
Everyone
The
at school's
most
like,
popular
"Oh my God,
chick.
she's like the school hot girl.
Yeah, she's the kind of the
Mid.
most popular chick. You do see and get introduced to Akazawa, who's the most popular dude in the school, and she's like, "Yeah, I know of him. I don't care for him." It's like, power move.
Listen, this show is just mediocre.
Really?
I'm telling you, this show is
This show currently has a
Oh my God.
7.87.
Yeah, and how much does Domestic Girlfriend have? Which is also a mediocre
Like
show.
a 6.
Well, we'll look it up later on there. Listen, doesn't matter. It's like a 2-episode thing. You and all the other fanboys over there with your trash shows. Well, I'm over here with my good shows like Bleach, which have like a 9.13.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's video evidence of you calling Bleach mid multiple times.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
one's trash.
Domestic Girlfriend, 6.68.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get that 6.69. But, that ain't working on there. This show.
I'll give it a 10. I'll bump it. I will single-handedly do
I
it.
was single. Yeah, all 10 other people that watch this show. You know why this show's trash? It's just basically, I feel like it's going to go the same route of my stepmom daughters, my ex. Like, oh, here's like these like very basic rom-com things. And then, we fall back in love with each other. These guys are going to do the same thing. They're going to do like basic
I
romance
thought you were going to go down the route of, and it turns out they're related.
the way you pick romance shows, there's a 95% chance that these two are somehow related.
That's not true. There's only 2 shows that have been like that, and those circumstances aren't
Pretty
even
sure
like
there's
regular.
3 shows you have picked that
What's
are
the
like that
third
on there.
one?
I have to go
Because
back
there's
through
my stepmom's daughters, my ex, and domestic
I
girlfriend.
have to go back through our list and find out
There's
for
nothing
sure
else
on
like
there.
that.
Your Honor, I would like to point out Exhibit Z.
Yeah. They're definitely not going to be related. I just enjoy the show because it's not like super over the top or anything else. Occasionally you need a show that is slightly like wholesome. Sure, the romance is blah, whatever. Nagatoro is probably doing it a little bit better.
Nagatoro is 100 times better.
But I don't need one that like absolutely jumps out at you. Just one that you can watch, sit back, relax, enjoy, and not care too much. And at the end of the season, you go, that was okay. And then move on. Like, I don't need everything to be high, like action,
Didn't you recommend
extreme comedy.
Didn't you recommend Euromanga Sensei?
Euromanga Sensei?
Yeah. Pretty sure I watched it based on your recommendation.
No. I've never even seen that show.
Seems like your kind of show.
I've never seen it. Jake has.
I'm pretty sure Jake owns a Blu-ray for it.
Yeah. Him and I are 2 peas in a pod.
You want to
So.
put your chip boy in it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't have like super high expectations for the show, but it's enjoyable.
I have zero expectations for the show.
Apparently, you think it's shit, and you're in the minority.
No, I didn't say shit. I said it was bad. Shit would be Platinum Ends.
So you still think it's bad?
What, Platinum Ends or this?
No, this.
This, yeah, I think it's kind of bad off the bat.
Wow.
That's why you should
you're
watch
wrong.
Buddy Daddies.
No. Only if you can admit that this is good.
So if I say this is good, you're going to watch Buddy Daddies with me.
Yeah, but you have to stick with the fact that it's good the entire season.
That was, now you're altering the deal.
I've never
Because what if
I've never shook
what
on
if,
anything.
What if we get halfway through the season, it turns out they are siblings, huh? Then I got to call it shit.
You don't have to. Looks like you're not going to take the deal.
You're telling me to lie and obscure my vote for future voting systems that it's actually good.
Absolutely.
I can't
and it will
believe-
be on camera.
I can't
I'll
believe-
bribe you with $1.
I can't believe you would try and skew those results and try and bribe an official. Jesus Christ. Could you make it any louder? Well, don't show your wallet on cam. God, now you just... We're recording at 4K and you just flashed your wallet. You know how much extra
Oh,
work
yeah,
that
look
is?
at the back of my wallet.
You showed the front.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, you did.
You're an
Literally,
idiot.
you could see the front from...
No.
You know what?
You want these?
I'm-
I'll give you these.
I'm going to blow up this image on the screen tonight when I edit it so you can see that you showed off your wallet. This is Cross-Examine. It is the end.
Man won't take
We're
a bribe.
going to watch the
Pussy.
B-list next week. As a reminder, the B-list is going to be amazing. You should stop by and watch it. I have a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.